George Washington was the first president of the United States, serving from 1789 to 1797. Born in 1732 in Virginia, he became a military leader, fighting in the French and Indian War, and later leading the Continental Army during the American Revolution. Under his leadership, America won independence from Britain. Known as the father of his country, he presided over the 1787 Constitutional Convention, helping shape the U.S. Constitution. As president, he set many key precedents, like a two-term limit. Washington died in 1799, leaving a legacy of leadership and integrity. His face appears on the U.S. dollar bill and Mount Rushmore. John Adams, 1735 to 1826, was the second president of the United States, serving from 1797 to 1801. Before that, he played a crucial role in the American Revolution, advocating for independence from Britain. He was a key drafter of the Massachusetts Constitution and contributed to the Declaration of Independence. Adams was also the first U.S. vice president, serving under George Washington. A Federalist, his presidency faced challenges like the XYZ affair and the Alien and Sedition Acts. Though a one-term president, Adams is recognized for keeping the U.S. out of war with France. His personal correspondence with his wife, Abigail, provides valuable insights into the era. Adams' legacy also includes his son, John Quincy Adams, who became the sixth U.S. president. Thomas Jefferson, 1743 to 1826, was the third president of the United States, serving from 1801 to 1809. He's primarily known for drafting the Declaration of Independence in 1776. A strong advocate for democracy, Jefferson was also a Renaissance man, with interests ranging from architecture to science. As president, he oversaw the Louisiana Purchase in 1803, which doubled U.S. territory. His administration also faced the Lewis and Clark Expedition and the controversial Embargo Act. Before his presidency, Jefferson served as the U.S. Secretary of State and Vice President. He founded the University of Virginia in 1819. Known for his complex views on slavery, he owned slaves while also criticizing the institution. Jefferson's Monticello estate in Virginia reflects his multifaceted character and legacy. James Madison, 1751 to 1836, was the fourth president of the United States, serving from 1809 to 1817. Often dubbed the father of the Constitution, he played a pivotal role in drafting and promoting the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights. As a key figure in the early republic, Madison co-authored the Federalist Papers, crucial essays supporting the new Constitution. During his presidency, he confronted challenges like the War of 1812 against Britain. Prior to being president, Madison served as Secretary of State under Thomas Jefferson, during which the Louisiana Purchase occurred. A dedicated Republican, he collaborated closely with Thomas Jefferson to establish the Democratic-Republican Party. Madison's insights into political theory and governance profoundly shaped the development of the American political system. James Monroe, 1758 to 1831, was the fifth president of the United States, serving from 1817 to 1825. He is best known for the Monroe Doctrine, a policy opposing European colonization and intervention in the Americas. Monroe's presidency, often called the Era of Good Feelings, was marked by national unity and the absence of major party conflicts. He oversaw the acquisition of Florida from Spain and dealt with the Missouri Compromise, which addressed the issue of slavery in new states. Monroe fought in the American Revolution and held various roles before his presidency, including Secretary of State and Secretary of War. His leadership style and diplomacy strengthened American nationalism and extended the country's territory. His policies and vision played a significant role in shaping the early 19th century United States. John Quincy Adams, 1767 to 1848, was the sixth president of the United States, serving from 1825 to 1829. He was the son of the second president, John Adams. Before his presidency, he was a distinguished diplomat, aiding in the negotiation of the Treaty of Ghent, which ended the War of 1812, and authoring the Monroe Doctrine as Secretary of State. His presidency faced challenges from rival factions, and he wasn't re-elected for a second term. Notably, after his presidency, he served in the House of Representatives, where he became a fervent opponent of slavery and championed the right to petition. His eloquent defense of freedom of speech and his opposition to slavery left an enduring legacy, marking him as a principled statesman and advocate for human rights. Andrew Jackson, 1767 to 1845, was the 7th President of the United States, serving from 1829 to 1837. Born into poverty, he became a military hero, most famously during the Battle of New Orleans in the War of 1812. His presidency marked the rise of the common man in American politics. A founder of the Democratic Party, Jackson implemented policies like the controversial Indian Removal Act, leading to the Trail of Tears. He also faced down South Carolina's threat to secede during the nullification crisis. Known for his fierce temper and opposition to the National Bank, he vetoed its recharter, leading to the bank's demise. While celebrated for his strong leadership, Jackson's legacy is also marred by his forceful removal of Native Americans and his support for slavery. Martin Van Buren, 1782 to 1862, was the 8th President of the United States, serving from 1837 to 1841. Prior to his presidency, he was Andrew Jackson's vice president and a key architect of the Democratic Party. Born in New York to Dutch parents, he climbed the political ladder, holding positions such as Senator and Secretary of State. As president, Van Buren grappled with the economic downturn known as the Panic of 1837, which led to widespread financial hardship. His policies, aiming to address the crisis, faced criticism, and he wasn't re-elected. Though opposed to the expansion of slavery, he struggled to find a solution to the divisive issue. After his presidency, Van Buren continued to be active in politics, notably opposing the annexation of Texas due to concerns about intensifying sectional tensions. William Henry Harrison, 1773 to 1841, was the 9th President of the United States, but his tenure was the shortest of any president, lasting only 32 days. He died of pneumonia in April 1841, becoming the first president to die in office. Before his presidency, Harrison had a notable military career, achieving fame at the Battle of Tippecanoe in 1811 and later during the War of 1812. His campaign for the presidency in 1840 was marked by the slogan "Tippecanoe and Tyler too," referring to his military victories and his vice presidential running mate, John Tyler. Harrison's inauguration was memorable for his lengthy address in cold weather without adequate clothing, which some believe contributed to his illness. His death led to constitutional questions about presidential succession, later clarified by the 25th Amendment. John Tyler, 1790 to 1862, was the 10th President of the United States, serving from 1841 to 1845. Originally the vice president, Tyler assumed the presidency upon the death of William Henry Harrison, setting an important precedent for vice presidents succeeding to the office. This earned him the nickname His Accidency. During his term, Tyler faced opposition from both major political parties. He supported state rights and slavery, and his presidency saw the annexation of Texas in 1845. Tyler's stance on several issues, especially his veto of national bank bills, led to a rift with fellow Whigs. The majority of his cabinet resigned, and the Whigs expelled him from the party. After his presidency, Tyler retired from politics, but later supported the Confederacy during the Civil War. James K. Polk was the 11th President of the United States, serving from 1845 to 1849. Often referred to as Young Hickory because of his close association with Andrew Jackson, Polk was a Democrat committed to westward expansion. Under his leadership, the U.S. acquired vast territories from Mexico, including present-day California and the American Southwest. In the Mexican-American War, Polk also secured the Oregon Territory in a treaty with Britain. Known for his work ethic and detailed involvement in policy decisions, He achieved all of his major objectives during a single term. Polk did not seek re-election and died shortly after leaving office. He is recognized for significantly expanding the country's territory during his tenure.